Part 1: The Lantern of Borrowed Time. Beneath the quiet hush of a seaside village, Master Adalric stands before a gathering of weathered faces. In his trembling hands, he cradles an ancient lantern whose glass panels shimmer with faint, silvery runes. At each dusk, he kindles its flame, not with oil or wick, but with a single breath of hope. As the lantern ignites, the air grows thick with memory, your own memories, if you dare to listen. That evening, Adalric recounts the lantern's secret. Decades ago, he wandered these cliffs broken by loss. He discovered that time, like water, can be collected in fragile vessels. Each ember within the glass holds a borrowed moment, a tender word spoken long ago, a gentle embrace that slipped away. When the light glows, those fragments dance into stories, drifting through the night air like fireflies. The villagers lean in, eyes misting as a softened melody drifts from Adalric's cracked lute. The first image appears. A child's laughter, echoing against stone walls. Then, a mother's lullaby, gentle and distant. Even the bravest among them feel a childlike warmth stirring in their chests. Yet Adalric warns, these moments bear hidden weight. Memory, once freed, demands to be cherished or relinquished. Clutched too tightly, and it stings. Let it go, and its light fades into nothingness. Tonight, as you listen, ask yourself which moments you hold dear, and why. When the lantern dims, a hush settles. In that silence lies the promise of tomorrow's flame, of the stories still waiting in crevices of the heart. As Master Adalric exhales the final tendril of light, he smiles, rest now. Tomorrow, we journey deeper into the clockwork of the soul. To be continued. Part 2: The Tide of Quiet Echoes. At dawn, the village square awakens under a pale veil of mist. Master Adalric lifts the lantern of borrowed time upon a weathered stone plinth. He beckons two souls forward, Maris, whose silvery hair catches the morning light, and Tomas, a stern-faced fisherman. As they approach, tiny motes of luminescence swirl within the lantern's heart, each a whisper of memory poised to drift free. Maris steps close, her breath trembling as she hovers her palm above the glass. Instantly, the lantern's glow deepens, revealing a silent tableau, a mother's lullaby humming through a cradled infant's room, the hush broken only by distant thunder. Maris's eyes glisten, she recognizes the melody she once sang for a child she lost long ago. The scene shifts to that final farewell at the harbor, seconds before Tomas cast off on a voyage from which he never returned. Beside her, Tomas's knuckles whiten around the edge of the plinth. Inside the lantern, the amber light coils into his own memory, his father's stout hands guiding him through nets and knots, teaching him to read the sea's secret currents. That memory, long buried beneath worry and duty, throbs with renewed ache. He exhales, and the wind carries two faint notes of song and ocean spray across the hushed crowd. Adalric's voice, low and gentle, threads through the air. Memories, once awakened, crave release. They shape us until we choose to set them free. Maris steps back, tears mingling with relief. She softly utters the lullaby's first line, offering it back to the wind. The lantern shudders as the silver runes dim, and a single mote escapes, drifting upward to join the dawning sky. Tomas, moved by her courage, releases his grip and bows his head, allowing his own mote, his father's guiding light, to ascend. Silence settles like a benediction. In that quiet, every villager senses their own hidden reverie stirring, curious whether to cling or let go. Adalric smiles, eyes bright with unshed tears. Tomorrow, we will explore the mirror inside us all, he promises, as the lantern pulses with a new, uncertain hue, one not yet tamed by memory nor by hope, but born of the promise that comes when the soul stands bare. To be continued. Part 3, The Mirror of Quiet Echoes. At dawn's first light, Master Adalric carries the lantern of borrowed time across the dew-soaked meadow. The lantern's glow pulses gently, as though impatient to reveal the next secret. Villagers follow in silence, their steps soft against grass jeweled with sparkling droplets. The path leads to an ancient oak whose trunk splits, forming a natural arch. Within that arch rests the mirror of quiet echoes, a great oval of smoky glass set in gnarled wood. Adalric places the lantern at its base, and the runes along the mirror's edge flare with pale emerald fire. One by one, Maris and Tomas step forward. Maris presses her palm to the mirror's cool surface. Instead of her reflection, she sees her younger self, bright-eyed, longing for dreams she never dared to chase. Tomas peers in and watches a stubborn boy refusing his father's embrace, pride sealing his heart. Adalric's voice drifts through the clearing. This mirror shows not what we were, but what we might have been, without regret, without fear. A hush falls as the villagers circle round, each peering into the glass. Some recoil at the weight of what-ifs, while others lean in, drawn by whispered possibilities. A trembling wind lifts the lantern's flame, casting dancing shadows that twist across the mirror's surface. The elders remember lost loves and roads never traveled, the younger souls glimpse futures not yet written. Every heartbeat pulses through the glass, alive with longing and untold chances. Then Adalric speaks again. To heal a soul, we must face these echoes and grant them freedom. One by one, hands reach out. A farmer breathes forgiveness into the mirror, allowing past mistakes to dissolve into mist. An old weaver smiles at her forgotten hope and steps back, unburdened. As each reflection fades, the mirror's glass clears, revealing a tranquil sky painted with the dawn's promise. The emerald runes dim, and the lantern's light coalesces into a single, vibrant mote that drifts upward. The villagers watch it sail into the morning air, carrying their released echoes beyond reach. Master Adalric lowers his head in quiet triumph. He turns to the crowd, eyes shining. Tomorrow, we return to the lantern, to weave what remains into new stories. In that moment, every heart knows the journey has only begun, and that the magic of letting go may be the greatest enchantment of all. To be continued. Part 4, The Weaving of Unspoken Promises. At dusk, the villagers gather once more around the lantern of borrowed time, its glass aglow with the warmth of newly freed echoes. Master Adalric sets the lantern upon a carved oak altar draped in pale linen. Tonight, he invites each soul to infuse what remains of their memories with a vow for the days ahead, a promise neither bound by regret nor tethered to fear. First, Anwen the seamstress steps forward, her fingers brushing the lantern's frame. She closes her eyes and breathes softly, recalling the cloak she never finished for her brother's wedding day. With a whispered pledge to mend more than fabric, to heal old rifts in her heart, she lets her words drift into the lantern's flame. The light quivers and casts embroidered patterns across her face, as if the thread of her vow is already stitching new beginnings. Next, Elder Cashin, once a teacher who silenced his own dreams, opens his weathered palms to the lantern. He speaks of the letters he never penned to lost friends, of stories he never shared. With a gentle determination, he vows to write again, to gift his words before they slip away. The lantern's runes pulse in reply, a soft emerald glow promising that letters can outlast lifetimes. In turn, Maya, a widow draped in midnight blue, approaches. She trembles as she offers her promise, not to forget her grief, but to carry its lessons like a torch for others who follow. The lantern's light shifts to a deep amber, as if honoring her courage to balance sorrow with compassion. Finally, Tomas and Maris stand side by side. They speak in tandem of joint dreams they nearly abandoned, a voyage beyond these cliffs, a life reimagined. Their voices weave together, and the lantern blooms in golden warmth, projecting a fleeting silhouette of two figures treading unknown shores. Master Adalric raises his hands as the lantern's glow swells into a single, radiant orb that drifts skyward. Every vow you make weaves a strand in the tapestry of tomorrow, he intones. As the orb vanishes into the night, the villagers return home, hearts alight with new purpose, aware that magic thrives when promises are spoken and carried forth. To be continued. Part 5. The Garden of Whispered Runes. At sunrise, Master Adalric leads the villagers through the forest's quiet edge, where mist clings like memory to bark and branch. Their path winds into the heart of an overgrown glade, long forgotten. Here, beneath centuries of moss and silence, lies the Garden of Whispered Runes, a sanctuary where nature and old magic intertwine. The garden breathes with enchantment. Vines thread through ancient stone glyphs, each etched by ancestors who spoke to the world with runes instead of words. Flowers bloom in hues found only in dreams, indigo petals that hum softly, silver blossoms whose roots pulse with quiet warmth. Adalric kneels at the garden's center, placing the lantern of borrowed time among the stones. Its flame flickers low, as if listening. One by one, villagers sit among the runes. Tomas touches a weathered symbol resembling an open eye. It glows, casting a vision not of the past, but of unseen truths. He gasps as he glimpses his daughter's laughter, her spirit always nearby despite the miles. Maris places her hand on a spiral rune that blooms into a melody, unplayed yet familiar. It's the tune she imagined in youth but never dared to sing aloud. Adalric explains, here, memories become seeds. Promises turn to roots. And hidden dreams, once whispered, shape the future. His words awaken the garden itself. Runes shimmer, and vines sway to unseen rhythms. A young boy finds a rune that reveals a forgotten tale from his grandfather. An elder woman discovers the sigil of a courage she thought had left her long ago. As twilight creeps in, the garden glows with soft radiance. The lantern pulses like a heart, syncing with the rhythm of each rune awakened. The villagers, moved beyond words, rise one by one, gentler and lighter than when they arrived. Adalric stands with them and gently speaks, tomorrow, we begin the final chapter. The lantern has shown us where we've been and what might become. Now, we face the truth hidden in silence. And the garden, aglow with countless whispers, holds its breath for what comes next. To be continued.